So I found these cheap flight websites and they are absolutely insane. According to multiple reports, travel prices are on the rise, most likely due to things like inflation amongst other reasons. Airfares in December were up 7.9% compared to this time last year, with hotel rooms also up. And a lot of you guys are interested in international travel and even domestic travel. The prices tend to be the main thing that's deterring you from taking that leap. We've all been there. Hopefully today, I'll be able to help you guys and even help myself in finding some of the cheapest flights out there. So if you're new here, welcome to BestNet Travel, where we promote immersion over tourism, getting outside of your comfort zone and meeting people, and going off the beaten path. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at some of these websites. So we're going to be looking at 5 different sites today, and we're going to be trying to compare them in terms of features that it offers, ease of use, and opportunities to be able to save. So the first website we're going to start off with is Priceline. Now, some of you guys have already heard of Priceline, and I've personally used it myself, so I can personally vouch for this. I wrote down a few notes for it, and some of which are being a website that has got good, cheap rental cars in the US. I've never tried it in other countries. And if you guys can see here, if you want to go to flights, and let's say we're flying from Portland to New York City. As you can see on the map here, or the calendar I guess I should say, it shows the cheapest and most expensive times to fly in these upcoming months. Now, of course, if you fly in advance and you book your trip in advance, then that makes booking a lot easier. But here, if you guys are booking last minute and you want to find the perfect week to fly, then this is a great tool for you. And let's see, what else do we have here? You actually also have the option to save. I think right now they're doing a promotion of 35% off when you bundle a hotel with a flight and a car. So there's options there. Actually, let's go ahead and book this flight from Portland to JFK, let's say. And let's say I'm flexible with my dates, so I can pick basically any one of the cheapest days that I can find here. Something in green. All right, let's say May 8th. And then I say I want to come back May 10th. Whatever. Let's just find my flight. Okay, so we got some options here. Probably the cheapest option we can find. I'm just going to stick with standard here. Let's see. Basic economy. And so our final price here, so it looks like the total here for a round trip is $246.97, which I think is actually pretty impressive, all things considered. Because personally, I've never booked flights off of here. I've just like kind of poked around at it, but I have booked rental cars, and rental cars tend to be very cheap on here. They have very competitive rates. All right, let's go to our second website, which is Kayak. It kind of has like a heat calculator type of thing where you can measure which days are best to fly in terms of price and whatnot. So just to compare the price, let's go ahead and do Portland to JFK again. Let's see what we get. And let's say we want to fly for 3 days. I think we did 3 days last time as well. I can't remember, but let's see. Now, one thing I like about here is like the fact that it has you options where it's like, if you want to get there the quickest, then you can click on this. And then if you want to get there the cheapest, you can click on this menu. But this is probably calculated as the overall best bang for your buck in terms of deals. So I think that feature is like very useful. Let's say if we want to go cheapest, just for the sake of this video. Let's see. Okay, cheapest thing I'm seeing is this Delta flights. Basic economy, Delta, and see, it brings you here to the website. Basic economy, continue with the basic. So what's good about this, it seems like we're just about at the same price here between Kayak and Priceline, which I think is good. It seems like they're both, very competitive when it comes to, price comparisons and whatnot. But you see this one in its portal, it takes you to the main page, which I think is fascinating. But I like how Priceline sort of has its own like little page mapped out in order to give you their prices and whatnot. So I think I'm putting these two like neck and neck. I think Kayak might have a bit more features in terms of being able to compare prices and whatnot, but I feel like that one can go both ways. So another tool we're going to use is another one that we talked about, which is Google Flights. Now, I've talked about this one a bit before, so I'll give you like a quick summary of it from this short that's going to play now. travel's increased by 50% this year, and you still think it's expensive? Let me change that narrative for you in the next 30 seconds. So go to Google Flights. Let's say you have a destination in mind, but you haven't exactly picked the dates that you want to travel yet. You can compare months and figure out which is the cheapest one to travel. Plus, you can adjust the price limit for the destination that you want to go to, and oh my gosh, look at these prices. They're insane. You guys get the picture? And in terms of rating for Google Flights, I'd say it's pretty high up there. Unfortunately, I can't fully confirm because of the fact that I've never actually booked a flight from Google Flights before. I'm not even sure if you can, or if it'll just redirect you to its main page, the airlines page. As an overall tool to get cheap flights, I'd say it's pretty high up there. And then next we're going to go to cheapflights.com. Now let's see if cheapflights.com truly lives up to the name. So let's go PDX to JFK. So as you can see here, it doesn't necessarily have a map that tells you the cheapest times to fly, but as you can see, it does have options for flight and hotels, so bundles. Bundles is always a plus. Oftentimes for websites, if you're able to book things all on that one website, usually they'll have pretty good deals that you can choose from. And obviously it just generally saves you a lot of time. Let's say we go from the 9th to the 11th. One adult economy, and let's go. And you can see it works with different partners like Priceline being one of them. But let's see if it can compare our Priceline to maybe something that we haven't seen so far and see if we can get an even more competitive rate. We're not going to go to all these, of course, but let's go to the first one that they list. Compare that to, actually it makes it easier if we can compare it to Priceline. Okay, as you can see, it's pulling some of the best flights from Alaska Airlines, $221. Now, this is actually pretty good. Let's see, after taxes and fees, how much it comes up to. And it seems like you gotta lock in this price or else it goes away. Let's see. But this one's also a connected flight. So you're connecting through to San Francisco to Kennedy, and that tends to work if you're not crunched for time. But if you're flexible, like I tend to be, or I try to make myself be, then you wouldn't mind a small little layover in a different city. And plus it gives you time to be able to explore that city. So it's almost like an extra flight, an extra destination can be to your favor for those who are truly, the true voyagers of the world. And so it looks like the final price here is $221. And it seems like you got a discount for today. I actually didn't see what the discount was from or for. Maybe it's just from using the site. If you guys see something that I missed, just comment it down below and then I'll probably take another look. And I'll probably just leave a note on the screen. So these are the main websites that I've heard of or that I've used or that I've seen friends or family members use. And these are essentially my thoughts on them. So for the ones that I have used, which is Priceline and Kayak, I believe, those ones tend to be my top 1 and 2. However, I do like cheapflights.com because they have so many different partners and you can compare the prices like one by one to give you the best and most competitive rates. So let's see, I'll update you guys if I ever end up booking a flight from cheapflights.com. And yeah, maybe this list will change in the future. I'll try to update you guys. So for those of you guys who think it's so expensive to travel, I can understand, things are, prices are increasing, because more people are traveling, supply, demand, all that good stuff. And for those of you guys who feel that way, I truly understand. But if you're like me and you want to find all the tips and tricks and hacks to find all the cheapest flights, bookings, accommodations, and whatnot, then feel free to join our Facebook group right now. We just started it a few days ago. We're hoping to grow into being one of the largest travel networks in the entire world. And my goal is to have people, from all over the world, all over the country, sharing tips, tricks, and hacks on how to get the best flights, best accommodations, and the best unseen destinations that, we can all enjoy. And, of course, I want to spread a culture of people, going to places, being respectful, and being essentially a global ambassador. If you guys are interested in being a part of something like that, join us on Facebook for free, and I'll see you in there.